No ads, how are you gonna make money? You know what? I have an idea. I will make a fun and engaging mobile game myself, with a few ads to make at least a small amount of money, because mobile games are cool and I am broke. I made a mobile game before, but it ended up breaking and I was too lazy to fix it, so I never published it. But now is the perfect time to develop and publish my first ever mobile game. To make it even harder for me and more exciting for you, I will make the entire game within 6 days. Let's get right into it. I drew a cute sheep and put it into the scene. I decided to go with a hand-drawn style this time, but I never did that before, so it took me quite some time until the sheep didn't look like straight out of a mental asylum anymore. I also added a white circle that follows your cursor or your finger if you are on mobile when you click or tap. I wanted to add a trail to follow this object, and now you have a decent swiping feedback. We will need this for the main mechanic of the game, but wait, I didn't even explain the game idea yet. You swipe over sheep to shear them. You swipe over the wool to collect it and earn money. You buy more sheep and upgrades to get more money. That's it. Anyway, after adding the trail, I added cute little animations to the sheep, and it even does a little squish when you swipe over it. This turned out to look so much better than I expected, but swiping over the sheep still doesn't do anything else than squishing the sheep. So I added shearing. The sheep now drops wool when you swipe over it, and when you swipe over the wool, you collect it and earn some cash. Lastly, I added a cool little effect for picking up the wool, and a text that appears and tells you how much you earn from the wool. Well, the sheep was pretty cool and all, but it didn't do anything, so I made it wander around. It stands still for a random amount of time and then walks to a random position on the screen and stands still again. Now we have a cute squishy little sheep wandering around, but what we need is even more of them. I spent the entire day coding and animating this crate that you can open to get more sheep. Tapping the crate opens this window, which is mostly empty right now because I wanted to display the probabilities for the crate to contain a certain sheep later. The crate opens and you get a random sheep when you tap on open crate. Coming back to the crate, you get a random sheep every time you open the crate, but right now there is only one type of sheep in the game, so let's add more. Introducing the big sheep, the bighorn sheep and the night sheep. Each of those sheep has the same rarity and all of them have different values for wool profits and regrowth time. I will add more sheep and more rarities soon, but first of all we have to make the remaining necessary gameplay mechanics. So, what else does every mobile game need to have? Upgrades, so that's exactly what I added next. Coding this took me quite some time, so all I could add on this day was 3 upgrades, but at least the system works. The 3 upgrades are a profit multiplier, reduced wool regrowth time and more sheep capacity. And no, you can't have an infinite amount of sheep on your lawn anymore. I also added a milestone upgrade that does nothing, but it adds some kind of barrier or challenge the player has to overcome in order to proceed further. Lastly, I made the sheep crate actually cost money, and it becomes more expensive the more sheep you have. Another thing every idle game needs to have is a secondary currency you can earn by completing quests or watching ads. Of course, my idle game needs to have this too, so I started day 4 by adding quests to the game. They kept breaking again and again, and it took so long until they worked flawlessly, but now you can complete quests with increasing difficulty based on the amount of sheep and upgrades you own. As you can see, completing quests gives you gems. We still need something to spend these gems on, but not now, because I decided to improve the sheep crate first. I added a list that displays the odds of getting each sheep rarity from the crate. At this point we only had common sheep, so the odds of obtaining rarer sheep were 0. Now take a look at this quest. You have to sell sheep, but how? Well, I added a sell button next to the open crate button, and when you tap this button, the game will pick one of your sheep with the lowest rarity and throw it back into the box. As always, it took me way too long to code this, and I encountered so many bugs while making this. For example, the sheep not moving anymore. It took me a while to fix this mess, but after that I was more than satisfied with the outcome. On day 4 I added this list to the crate menu displaying the odds of obtaining each sheep rarity from the crate, but we only had common sheep at the moment. So I started day 5 by making lots of new sheep for all the rarities. Common, rare, epic, legendary and mythic sheep. I won't show you all of them now, so you can discover them yourself, but I made quite a lot and damn, they look so cute. I also added lots of new upgrades and I made the sheep wind effect change its color depending on the rarity of the sheep you won. Now this is also supposed to be an idle game, but I didn't even bother adding that mechanic yet, so let's finally do it. I started off by implementing a load and save mechanic to the game. All of your stats are being saved every few seconds, including your coins, purchased upgrades and even the sheep on your lawn. After that I added the idle mechanic. The game saves the exact time you close the game, and when you rejoin it, it calculates the time you have been away for and adds the coins you earned while being idle to your bank. The code for this is a mess and came straight from ChatGPT, but hey, it works. I also added a panel telling you how long you have been away for and how many coins you earned in this period of time, so the player isn't confused about where all the money came from upon starting the game. After that I playtested the game, and after about 13 minutes I got all the upgrades, so I made them more expansive and also added more. Now the game was almost done, but some important features were still missing. I couldn't come up with anything you could spend the gems on, so I added a 100% profits booster for every 25 gems you own. After that I added lots of new upgrades and playtested the game. I found so many bugs and fixed them all. Lastly I added the most important feature: ads. An ad will pop up on your screen here and there when you purchase an upgrade or collect a quest reward. At this point I thought the game was done, but then I realized I didn't draw icons for the different kinds of upgrades yet, and the game didn't even have sound. So I quickly drew the remaining upgrade icons and added some simple sound effects to the game. Of course the game also needed music, so I composed this calm background track using my amazing music knowledge. And then I tried to upload the game to the Play Store, but no matter what I tried, it just wouldn't work. I guess I just wasted 6 days for nothing, but at least I made a devlog, right? Sorry guys, but make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching anyway. Have a great day and see you next time.